Hello, I'm Bruce Zimmerman, and this is the Open Line Garden Show podcast for this week. Lawn gone. A lot of us would like to get rid of our lawns, but there are advantages and disadvantages to it. So, pick up this book called Lawn Gone, Low Maintenance, Sustainable, Attractive Alternatives for Your Yard by Pam Pennick. Now, the great thing about this book is that it gives you full color pictures, and many of them are stage by stage by stage in order to create a garden that works for you. One of the advantages and disadvantages of going long gone, with lawn gone, it means that you usually have a lot of mulch, hard materials such as patio stones, cut stone, etc. This garden is always hot. And if you've ever been in one of these gardens on a summer day, you're going to be looking for A, water, B, shade, and C, sunscreen and a hat for sure. You want to cover up with as light-colored clothing as possible. They're hot. So this book also covers minimizing your lawn or green space, which is a cooling feature in any garden. So you get to balance your play areas, etc., with lawn as well as garden and hardscaping. It's covered in this book. And the plant material is listed and gives you a great list of accurate information on the plant material that you can use in your garden. Now, it is by 10 Speed Press. It's an excellent book. Lawn Gone is probably one of the best books I've seen to show you not only how to minimize your lawn, but what to do and how to do it. Because the design rules and features all apply, even though you've gotten rid of the lawn. So if you need a vista and you need a focal point or a specimen, etc., this covers it as well. And it covers it very subtly in pictures. So if you have a long alley and hardscaped with a hard, rough-cut brick edging, then you're going straight down that walkway to what? Another garden, another room, and you want the far side of that room to have a focal point or a feature or a specimen to draw your eye there. It's going to make it look longer and farther away. And that's a good thing in our smaller and smaller yards. It also covers the use of water and how to water the garden. And by that, I do not mean with a wand or with a soaker hose, etc. I'm talking about adding water to it, whether it's a dry stream, which adds no water, but just looks like one, to both tubs, fountains, and even disappearing fountains as well. It's all covered in this book. So it's a very intense book in full color with a lot of great accurate color pictures. And I want to make sure you realize that this book is good. But remember, a lawn has a great deal of leaf area. And that leaf area captures both pollutants and deals with them, as well as CO2 and oxygen exchange, as much as trees do. So it also is a much better play area. So you're going to have to balance that lawn against your needs and your use. Are you going to have hard materials that people are going to come and stand and socialize with if you're a party person? Or loose gravel and have a hard time standing because the gravel moves beneath their feet? Or are you going to have turf? Your decisions have to be made in the plan for your needs of your yard, and that's important. It's covered in this book because it gives you so many different types of surfaces and how to do it, how to solarize, how to go and kill off what's there now that may be an invasive species. It covers a lot of plant material, Not all plant material will be hardy to your area, but it's going to give you structure, features, and color so that you can emulate, let's say, a plant that's not hardy here that can be found in your area that is. How about adding a few potted summering indoor plants outside? Whether it's palms, tropical hibiscus, oleanders, bananas, you name it, try it and work this into the gardening theme as well. It's going to give interest, but one of the things they stress on doing this plant material in here is that you're going to create a very dense and full garden would be the best way to put it. In other words, you're not going to see a lot of mulch, even though the mulch is there between the plant material. You're going to push it up, give yourself variety, make your garden change with color, and of course, you have to contrast your colors of foliage, your shapes, your textures as well in order to make a great and complete garden. So if you think Lawn Gone is going to be an easier garden to look after or a lower maintenance, probably not. Even if you get rid of all of it, you're still going to have to be able to control weeds between the cracks and the stones and the gravel. You're still going to be pulling out the occasional weed out of the mulch, which really isn't much work. It's really quite easy. But you are going to have to look after the plant material that you put in there to create the interest and the garden of your liking. So the other thing I will say to you is this: shade. Because this can be a very hot garden, you have to make sure that you do in some way create a shady area for you to sit, enjoy, and talk. A conversation area, as well as a great area for a hammock to snooze some afternoon when you really feel like it. So all of this has to be planned and planned out, and it may mean that you have to go and modify what you have now into this, and this book will allow you to do it. So the book called Lawn Gone, Low Maintenance, Sustainable, Attractive Alternatives for Your Yard by Pam Pennick is an excellent book and is published by 10 Speed Press. So if you're even contemplating doing this, buy this book before you even start turning up the sod and putting in more plants, because you'll only find you'll probably be moving it again after you've read this book. I'm Bruce Zimmerman. This is the Open Line Garden Show podcast for this week.